everyone, Tara from Tara's Tank Friends here. This is my Congo Tetra tank, and it's actually a lot dimmer than it is appearing on video for some reason. But here it is, and in the back here, I have an AQQA dual sponge filter. I cleaned out the sponges on Sunday, and Sunday night it stopped working. I do also have an AquaClear hang on back in this tank, and so I wasn't that worried about it. I thought, well, I'll just deal with it tomorrow. And Monday morning when I came down here, it was just working again. So I'm not really sure what the problem was there. I also have one of the AquaNeat dual sponges on this little 5.5 gallon here. And I don't have a light for this tank yet. You can see, it is putting out some bubbles at the top. Cleaned these sponges out on Sunday as well. Put the air back on and couldn't get anything to come out of it. And this doesn't make any sense, but it's got this little like director thing you clip on the tube, and you can divert the flow how you want it. And you can see my finger through there. There's nothing blocking this. I don't understand that at all, but taking that off allowed this to start working again. So these were super cheap. I think I paid like $12 for 4 of them on Amazon. A little problematic. This 5.5 I want to use for a dedicated fry raising tank. And if I'm just going to do a sponge filter alone, I need something pretty reliable. So what I have here is 3 different sponge filters that are brand new. This is one of the AquaNeats. This is the Hygger one with the media spots in it. And then this one is the AQQA power-driven dual sponge. And I'm going to show a couple of things about all of these. So this AquaNeat one, what I did to cycle the 5.5 really fast is I took one of the sponges from the Congo tank, stuck it on a new unit like this, and it cycled just within a couple of days. All of this stuff does come apart. You can extend this. You have to be a little bit careful because if you pull it out too far, it just comes out. There's nothing stopping it. It's got this piece, which is apparently problematic for me. These parts here rotate all the way around, so you can put them how you want. And if you're really pulling a lot through these pop out, so you can stick like a small bottle brush in there, clean it out, and the whole thing pretty much comes apart for cleaning it out. Another issue with these is, if you see this little ring here, this is where your airline attaches. And this is just some standard airline tubing. I believe you're supposed to put it through this little hole, and it goes through onto there, and that keeps it kind of straight. But this does not fit through here. So for all my tanks, I have just hooked, or the 2 tanks I'm using these in rather, hooked this up, and then this just kind of, I just tuck it behind there like that. I will say the suction cups on these are really, really good, which is rare for a lot of products with suction cups. Okay, there's the AquaNeat. Now this one, I think a lot of you have probably seen several reviews on these so far. So yeah, I'm just going to go over it really briefly. You get extra sponges in these here, 2 a piece. You're going to want to kind of let this expand. I guess you can kind of help it like this, and then store these somewhere else. These also come all apart for cleaning out. You can see there's like a little grate there. This is a little bit different than the Aqua Neat one. I'm not sure how well these suction cups work so far. Kind of get them on at an angle and they pop on. So this has this tube that goes up through the little ring. And then you are to hook your airline onto here. Just dry. I'm having a little bit of trouble with that. Let me see if I get it wet, if it'll go on. This also telescopes quite a ways up. So if you have a deep tank, you can use that. And it does get significantly longer than the Aqua Neat. One thing I was curious about is, okay, can I put my used Aqua Neat sponges on these to cycle in a tank? So I took that off, take one of the sponges from the Aqua Neat, and yep, that does fit on there. Something I found kind of interesting, so here's the one from the Hygger dual sponge, and then here is the one from the Aqua Neat. The Aqua Neat one is longer, so the area that it's actually going to be pulling water in through is a little bit bigger, even though the sponge that comes with the Hygger is a lot taller. So if I put this on to the Hygger one, kind of feel it's only going to be pulling in water about this high up. The rest of this, I guess, is just for beneficial bacteria growth. And both brands do seem like it's about the same PPI of sponge. Similar design, except the Hygger does not have a hole in the top. It does say you're supposed to soak these sponges in tank water, as well as the little media pearls it comes in, for 10 minutes. So I'm going to put those in water there and put the pearls in the water. Oop. And while I'm waiting for that, we'll look at the electric one. I've already opened it and kind of just taken a quick look at it. I'm not sure if you're actually supposed to hook air up to this in addition or not. I will show you. I'm going to have to look at the instructions about that. So what you get in here with this one is this piece, which telescopes out. And you'll notice that the top is a little bit different. It does have the same ring that looks like you're supposed to put airline through it. Where's my piece of airline? That actually does fit through there, unlike the Aqua Neat. But like I said, I'm not sure if you're supposed to hook air up to this at all, because when this is on here, like if you put the airline through here, I don't see anywhere for it to go to. So this may not be air driven at all. It also comes with 2 extra sponges in here. And the media pearls and the suction cups seem like they are the same design as for the other Hygger dual sponge filter. And something I noticed on that, these stickers seem to be really easy to get off cleanly, which I'm so glad about, because I hate when companies put stickers on stuff and you can't get them off and it leaves a residue and you're forever messing with that and trying to get it off. They come off really easily. So we'll take a look here. This looks like it is the same part. So this is the one for the regular dual sponge filter, and on the right is the one for the electric one. Same exact part. Extra sponge in there. And I wonder if this all comes apart or if it can't. Yep, that comes out. I'm going to look at the instructions just to make sure I don't break this trying to take it apart to see if it comes apart, and show this a little bit more. Okay, so the instructions for this do not actually tell me a whole lot. This is even smaller than the instructions for the simpler pump. So it's just calling this part the suction cup joint, so they might just use the same part here for all of that. But I would really like to know about the motor, so let's mess with it. Looks like you can take this off, and then you can kind of see the impeller in there. It doesn't say in the instructions if you're supposed to be able to pop this cover off. It does not feel plastic welded on, so I think you probably can. And yes, the butter knife is my standard way of getting covers off these small pumps like this. I hope I'm not going to break this though, because this thing looks kind of cool. I know that sometimes, like I've had little tiny AQQA pumps where if it's the first time you ever take the cover off, it can be pretty tough. But this is being a little extra tough. Yeah, I need somebody with stronger hands. Meanwhile, I don't know if you can see that. This is still the AQQA one in there. It has just about stopped running again for some reason. I'm going to try to do this with one hand. You can see there's a little bit of algae in the tube, but it's not crazy. Took the one sponge off. These holes are not clogged. Let's take this one off. Holes are not clogged. Very, very little stuff in the sponge. So I'm not sure why that is running so poorly. Put this on here. And I have not done anything to the air. You can see how much air was coming through that tube and into the sponge filter. So now let me get it onto, if it'll focus, now let me get it onto the Hygger one. Okay, so I've just put the Hygger one in their tank, and you can see that it is flowing a lot more. I swear I have not adjusted the amount of air that's coming through this. Let's see if I can slide it down. About the same level it was in the tank there. It is taller. I haven't raised this up, but look at how much more is coming through there. That is pretty good. Let's see it from the front. Yeah, that's putting out a lot more. Again, I swear I did not adjust the air at all, and those are the same sponges. You can even see a little bit of algae on the top of the right one. And they're short. They're not the long Hygger ones. So that is pretty cool. This is a lot taller than the Aquaneat ones. I don't think it's going to fit in the little 5.5 gallon. But that is working so much better. And you could see that the other one wasn't clogged. So I do not know what's making the difference, but this is a lot better. This one is $17.99. It is the small size with the extra sponges and the media. They also make a medium size one for $19.99, which would probably be too big for any of my tanks. But you can get, again, 20% off if you use my discount code, Tarastank, on their website. And they are also running like a Father's Day sale, which gives you 30% off on select things. I don't know if you can stack discount codes, and I don't think that it is applicable on all items. So, but yeah, there is the Hygger dual sponge, which I am immediately very happy with.
Later.
Okay, I got a pair of stronger hands. So what I'm trying to do is get this little piece off so you can clean out the impeller if it gets dirty.
Yeah. Right.
Usually I use this on these small filters, and you can see, like,
Just pops.
trying to get it under. I can't do it. I cannot do this, and I don't want to break it, and I don't know if it's supposed to come off. Oh, geez. Okay, so that part just pops off. You know what? I loosened it for him.
You did.
And then it looks like, let's see, this little piece. Now I can't, can you, how do you do this?
This is probably where we break it.
Oh. Okay, so that comes off, and then you can take the impeller out for cleaning it, which is great. But it does, in fact, come apart. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I'm gonna try this electric one in the 5.5, and you can see it is a little too tall. So I think the little black plastic, or not black, it's clear plastic part on here might have to get notched out. I'm not thinking that any of the fry would be able to jump. I'm a little concerned it might be too powerful for this tank. But I'll take the sponges that are on this Aquaneat one here, put them on there, and unplug this pump for a minute, which, by the way, this is meant for up to a 20-gallon tank, and it is the sole thing supplying this Aquaneat one, which is now not doing anything. Oh, there it goes a little bit. So weird. But this is all the way open. This is all the way closed. If I open this anymore, that just comes out. So you can see how open that is. And yeah, this, I don't know what the deal is with this thing. Don't buy the Aquaneat ones. That's how much air it was going to this. This is the electric one, the AQQA, and it's a little bit rigged up in here. It is too tall for this tank. I might be able to get it to shorten up if I take that tube and cut it a little bit. It should still fit in there. I do wish that the cord would go through this loop so it would like hold it up straight. But you would have to take the plug end off for that. So I'll just have to like use a suction cup or tape it to the rim or something. I do think it's a little bit too much flow, and my air pump is still running because we figured out that if you take the air line and hook it onto this top part, that is your flow adjuster. So this is as low as it goes, and then if you want more, you can hook the air line onto it. So that's kind of interesting and cool. It probably helps aerate it a little bit more too. This one is $23.99 for the small, which is what I have here. And then there is a medium size that says 15 to 55 gallons for $29.99. And you can still use my discount code Tarastank for 20% off if you are interested in this one. Thank you so much for watching. The two pumps, that one's still working good. I'll let you know if these change or stop working, and have a great day.